Hello and welcome to another episode of Historically Marked, and yes, that was thunder you just heard. I am in the mountain region near the Smoky Mountains in West North Carolina and Jackson County, outside the communities of East LaPorte and Cullowhee. But I am at a really odd place in a weird location because this is where the humorist and somewhat fake medical doctor John Brinkley is from. So I'll go ahead and show you the marker and the place where he was born or where he was raised. Here we go. All right, so it says on here, and it was erected in 1995, one of those North Carolina historical markers you've probably seen if you drive around the state. But John R. Brinkley was born in 1885 and to 1942. He died penniless because there were a lot of numerous lawsuits against him, and I'll explain more on that. But he was a medical maverick, a radio and advertising pioneer, a candidate for governor of Kansas, and the boyhood home was just right across from that river. You can't see it, but if you drive from that direction, you'll definitely see it. And I don't think there's anything on the back. I don't want to check the back because, you know, it's kind of dangerous. And then this, I believe, was put up by John himself in memory of his aunt, Sally. The boyhood home of Dr. John R. Brinkley and his Aunt Sally. Her grave is on the hilltop across the river. And again, we can't see that. But she is remembered and loved for her ministrations to the sick of this community. This was erected in 1937 in loving memory by her little boy, Johnny. She was the only mother I ever knew. That's what it says. And it is raining, but I am protected by these trees. But I will go ahead and explain a little bit. Yes. So I was kind of familiar with the name John Brinkley, but, you know, in radio world. But I do know that, I mean, I hate to say this, but his name has been forgotten over the years and decades. But there is supposedly a movie coming out, and because this was, John R. Brinkley was the focus of a podcast episode, now Nicholas Linklater, who did the movies Dazed and Confused, Boyhood, among many others, he is collaborating with Robert Downey Jr. on doing a movie based on John Brinkley. So I don't know more details on that, but I would love to see it happen because this guy really does sound eccentric, crazy, and pretty cool. But I mean, he was an interesting guy because, yes, there was lots to know about him. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am in West North Carolina, outside the communities of Cullowhee and East LaPorte, outside John R. Brinkley's home where he grew up. So he came a long way from North Carolina. So I am Jason for Historically Marked, signing off.